Okay, so the problem that you're looking at right now is that you're wanting the dog to jump over all these hurdles. You wrote out a correct for loop. Okay, so this is good. The only problem is you need to do it 5 times, so it's going to go once, twice, three, four, and then the fifth time right here. So you want to have it go I is less than, or it's going to go I is less than 5. That should get you to this point. Okay, so it's going to count it up. At 1, it's just going to go over it once, and that's it. It's going to stop. Another issue that I'm looking at, or a problem, is that we need to close these statements out. So you have your open curly brace, close curly brace. So we're going to do that here. We're going to go open, and then we're going to close it out. This still looks good, but I think you're adding too many more, a lot of functions. You have 1, 2, 3, and I know if you do your check code, it tells you that you only have 1. But in reality, what I'm looking at is you have more than just that 1. Okay, so what I would do first, I would probably get rid of this function because you don't need it. Um, it's going to end up crashing into the wall if you do. I would get rid of all this right here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I don't want to mess with the work that's been done. Okay, so that should, let me do that. Okay, so I don't care about this red thing right now. So our code can actually begin here. We can get rid of this one. Okay, and we can go with jump hurdle. Now, uh, why is that like that? Indentation. Let me do this. Okay, I'm not sure why it keeps giving me a red error, but this is a mess. Anyways, um, what I would do here now at this point, we got to get rid of all this code. Okay, so you have your for, your variable, your I for your declared variable. That's your I. That is going to be a 0. So the I is a 0. That 0, as long as it's less than 5, is going to continue doing. It's going to increment once every time. So you've probably already got the hang of that. When it runs that, what we're going to do is we're going to tell it, okay, every time it's going to run that loop. Okay, so as it runs that loop, we're going to tell it to go ahead and initiate that loop, which we're going to say go ahead and move, because you got 2 movements, right? You have your first movement, second movement. Then it's going to do your jump hurdle, which you already have it here. Turn left, turn right, turn right, turn left. It actually looks really good. So now all this code, I think it's little extra code, so we don't really need that. And there's a way to comment all this out. Now, I'm not sure why it's not working, but I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all of that. This is where your code begins. All right. I know it looks messy. Don't worry about that right now. Then this is your open curly brace, close curly brace, and this is for this function start. Okay. That function start has an open curly brace, so we've got to close it again because this is one block of statement that you have. So now we have all of this in this block of code. This function needs its own code or block of code. We already have a closed curly brace. We got to open it up here. That you're now saying this is your whole piece of code or your function that you're going to run, and you're going to call it up in here. Okay. Let's move that a little bit, and we can clean this up later. So let's see if it'll work now. Let's try it. So we're going to reset it. Let's run it. Good job. So you already had the right mind. You were on the right path. You just needed to maybe just get rid of the extra function and not have all these functions here. You were on the right path. When you click start or you click run, this already knows, okay, when they click run, the start is going to go right into your loop, which you already have. Inside your loop, you can call up your function, which is going to run all these. So you're on the right track. I hope this helped.